headlines even with that. Away from electoral matters, let's look into another equally important story. Kenya is getting wealthier, but its people are getting poorer. A report on the inequality crisis in the country has revealed. The damning report by Oxfam organization shows that 77% of Kenya's about 43 million people live in poverty. As the country's richest, about 125 Kenyans continue to acquire more wealth, further widening the inequality war gap. The report released Wednesday also shows that women in all their diversity are the most affected by the inequality. Gloria Milimu reports.
Nearly half of Kenyans live in extreme poverty, on less than 130 shillings per day, according to a new report dubbed Kenya's Inequality Crisis, the Great Economic Divide. The report released by Oxfam Kenya Wednesday brought to the fore the contrast between the country's haves and have-nots, with the gap between the two witnessing an exponential growth over the last decade. The report reveals that at least 7 million more Kenyans plunged into the poverty abyss, further widening inequality in the country.
Kenya is getting wealthier, but its people are getting poorer. And that is not a natural disaster, it's a product of choices. Our reality is this, and this is what our report lays bare. We have the 16th highest extreme poverty rate in the world.
Despite the economy expanding by at least 5% per year, the poor, who make up 77% of the country's population, roughly 43 million people, continue to languish in poverty, as the country's richest, who are just 125 people according to the report, continue to add more digits to their bank accounts.
And what do you think?
Experts now warn that without redistribution, this growth alone will continue to enrich the richest while deepening poverty for the majority.
We have reached a point where continuing on the same path is not just unsustainable, it is dangerous. Inequality corrodes trust, it undermines democracy, it fuels anger, and ultimately it threatens peace.
In the last 1 year, in G20 countries, the billionaires added $2 trillion to their wealth, just in 1 year, which is enough to bring out everybody in the world out of poverty.
The report also shows that the number of Kenyans facing severe and moderate food insecurity rose by 17 million between 2014 and 2024, and that the cost of food is now 50% higher than it was in 2020. Consequently, those with the least money are hit harder. The same disparity is also witnessed in education, healthcare, and agriculture, with the government said to favor debt repayment over eradicating the widening inequality gap. Out of every 100 shillings collected in taxes, 68 shillings is used to repay debt, according to the report. This debt repayment, the report revealed, is twice the education budget and nearly 15 times the national health budget.
The government is so lazy in terms of growing the number of people who can be taxed, but they decided that they are going to tax the ones that are already on the in the formal sector to death. Yeah. You know, you can decide you have one cow that you milk until blood starts coming out, or get 2 cows and milk 5 liters each per day.
Kenya is borrowing, on average, 3.5 billion shillings every single day. Kenya is borrowing 145 million shillings every hour. So by the time you are here in this hall, the hours you've taken, by the time you go, you can calculate how much. Why? In 2022, the debt in Kenya was 8.7 trillion Kenya shillings. Currently, it is over 12.5 trillion Kenya shillings.
The report also shows that women are the most affected by this inequality, especially those living in poverty or rural areas. For instance, for every 100 shillings that a man earns, the report says that a woman earns a paltry 65 shillings. And when it comes to land ownership, the society hasn't been kind to the female gender. Experts now warn that inequality has catastrophic consequences for everyone. It undermines poverty reduction, growth, job creation, and democracy. And therefore, the government needs to develop targets aimed at reducing economic inequalities, as well as increase social spending efficiency and quality of the spending, among other recommendations that promote equity in all spheres. Gloria Milimu, KTN.
Teachers' medical cover is once again at the center of national